I'm Ryan.
I'm Josh.
That's Rufus. This is PopC TV, our weekly show where we look at some of the biggest headlines of the week, or as we like to call them here, the lab reports.
And Rufus is not interested.
Rufus is like, his full name is Rufus J. Pants. And apart from right now, when we say his full name, he's up. He's up and ready to go.
So if you like Rufus J. Pants, be sure to head to Facebook and search Rufus J. Pants, where you will find his Facebook
Yeah,
page
he has
while
a
he's wearing
page.
an adorable overall
Yeah,
set.
and like and subscribe if you like Rufus. That's pretty much a good thing.
He'll get more likes than we have.
Yeah. How have you been? What have you been up to, my friend?
I've been excellent.
Oh, that's
Ryan,
cool shit. No, that's good.
I believe we have been partaking in the same activity the last
We have
week.
heroin.
My mum watches this too. Uncharted 4
Hey, Josh's mum? Heroin. Both of us.
hard.
Yeah, like both of us. It's really impressive. It's insane that I maintained this figure while being on heroin.
Whereas it's affecting me like you would expect it would. I used to be 100 pounds. Uncharted 4.
Uncharted
Collection
4. Yes.
remastered. We've been fanging that the last week.
Well, because we're getting really close to Uncharted 4 coming out. It's what, like 3 weeks away at this point?
3.5.
Yeah. So we're like, let's go back, let's replay the collection.
Well, not even replay. It's first time for me.
Well, I've played half the first one, half the second one, never touched the third because I thought I'd always go back. And I bought the collection last year, finished 1, and I was like, oh, I want to get back into it. And I started playing 2, and then I'm pretty sure Fallout came out, so I was like, alright, I'm over here now.
But we're in a bit of a drought at the moment.
Yeah, because when we're not playing Division, we should be playing something else.
Yeah. So I fucking love this series.
Yeah, it's so good.
I know I'm late to the party, but this is just incredible. This is... I enjoyed playing Uncharted 1 and I'm halfway through 2 so much that I went to YouTube and I watched every single behind the scenes Naughty Dog video.
Yeah, because I
watched the making of The Last of Us, which goes for an hour and a half. All these behind the scenes video to get to know the team and stuff. And I've always been a Naughty Dog fan, but I'm a tattoo of the dog paw on my chest.
Yeah, so if you go to the PlayStation's YouTube page, you can see their 5-part series.
Yeah, I watched all that too.
But behind the scenes of Uncharted 4,
yeah,
which is fascinating. Fascinating. You cried a little bit.
I got a bit choked up. No, was that the Uncharted? It was, yeah, because they were talking, Neil Druckmann was talking about, it's kind of, these characters mean so much to them, because, Uncharted 1 came out how long ago now?
2007, says
Thanks,
Dylan.
Dylan. 9 years. And, I don't know, just hearing them talk about, wrapping it up and how that's, how they feel about it. You really feel their passion. Yeah, you feel the passion. Good. I cannot wait to finish this series.
Yeah, well, replaying them, you're like, man, I was going to buy Uncharted 4 anyway. There was no questions asked. I was going to buy it.
We're throwing $400 at Naughty Dog.
Yeah, and then Josh is like, I'm going to pre-order the statue. I'm like...
The Libertalia edition.
Yeah, I want the Libertalia one. I want the statue too. And the statue will probably live here.
Well, see, I just eBayed Nathan Drake statues to see what was out there. And some really cool ones, but the Libertalia thing popped up, and I was like, there is no way 3.5 weeks from release of Uncharted 4 that I'll be able to get this.
Yeah.
All of our local game stores had one copy left each.
I got one from the one closest to my house. Did you get one near your house?
One closest to my house. Yes. Have our money, Uncharted.
Yeah, no, I have a feeling it's going to be worth my money. Even... The problem is it's going to come with all this other crap that I don't want.
Steelbook!
I just want the statue and the game.
I'd be happy if they took everything else out. I'd still pay $200 because it's a 30cm statue.
Yeah,
it's a good
beast.
size.
Yeah.
And the game. The multiplayer stuff, I don't know. I've never played multiplayer on any of them.
It's fun.
There's a sticker sheet for some reason.
Sweet.
I don't really care, but the statue's balling.
Sorry.
What did you do?
There's to my left, there's a swivel chair.
Oh.
Rufus just tried to climb from the table to the swivel chair. Chair swiveled, he fell. Awesome.
Where is he now?
He's around somewhere.
Behind you.
But he can be anywhere he wants because it's time for lab reports. It's time for that news.
That news.
Let's start things off.
Explain why we have so few topics today. I saw this, I was like, that's not what
we have 4 topics, because one of them is just, there is so much news coming out of this one thing, and our bias is obvious. So I was like,
kind of alternate in that one a little bit because it's quite
yeah,
large,
let's just bang it up. But
We'll wing it.
Let's start off with number one, which is the Doom beta. So id Software, or ID Software, I think it's id Software, has announced what to expect from the open beta that's coming out this weekend. Quote, a limited content and feature set, which is intended to encourage as many matches as possible during the closed beta period. You'll be able to play 6v6 Team Deathmatch and Warpath on the maps Heatwave and Infernal. Both, obviously, hot-based ones. Hey!
Cat wants to leave.
Dylan, you let the cat out? Because, no? Oh, you're the butthole. The only demon available will be the Revenant, but you will have plenty of weapons to open.
Throwback to Oscars season, sorry.
Your tools of destruction will be the rocket launcher, plasma rifle, super shotgun, vortex rifle, static rifle, heavy assault rifle, and the lightning gun. I'm sure that means a lot to you if you're a Doom player. You'll also be able to grab the Gauze cannon power weapon, and as for the equipment, you'll have the frag grenade, personal transporter, and siphon. Teleporter and siphon grenade. The Doom beta will be available for everyone on PC, Xbox, and the PlayStation 4, and it starts Friday 2 p.m. our time and ends Monday the 18th. 2 p.m.
So it's not even
our time.
It's pitched as an open beta weekend, but it's actually getting 3 days.
I think it goes through until... I may have got my timing wrong, but I think it's till Sunday 2 p.m. Or it might be Monday 2 p.m. I think they've set it up so you get Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Are we playing?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'll be home tomorrow at Friday 2 p.m.
I'll be at work.
But
I'll be playing Saturday when you're not at work. Yeah, I'm really interested in this, actually. Ever since that first coverage we saw at EB Expo, I'm 100% in.
Yeah, it looks chaotic. They haven't given too much. Like, there's been another trailer and the last beta, which I think was a closed beta. Yeah,
so with the closed beta, like, there were some people that have played it, and I think we talked about this last week as well. But, it's like you're floating. It's very fast and quick. And
that's what it's always been about.
Yeah.
Like the guys from Bethesda said at the EB Expo, Doom's always been about just moving forward.
Yeah.
Pushing forward.
Like, constantly in motion.
Never going back, never turning around.
And it's not a cover-based shooter, which is probably...
It's going to be a big contrast to the Division.
Speaking of cover-based shooters...
Number 2, Microsoft Studios has announced that Remedy's Quantum Break has the best opening weekend sales for a new Microsoft IP in the Xbox One's lifespan. This is... What?
It topped the UK.
It topped the UK all formats charts this week. A spokesman said, quote, "We are excited to announce that Quantum Break is now the biggest selling new Microsoft Studios IP this generation. That means it has eclipsed the opening week sales of the likes of Sunset Overdrive, Rise Son of Rome, and Ori and the Blind Forest. Quantum Break is the only one of these games that released with an accompanying PC version."
So this is very interesting straight off the bat, because Rise Son of Rome was... like a launch title, so anyone that I know that had an Xbox came with that. Like, they bought that game.
It's pretty much like the Order 1866.
Yeah,
like the equivalent.
Well, different. The Order 1886 was meant to be a launch game, but it came out a year and a half later.
Because I got an Xbox at launch, I didn't get a PlayStation. Mistake.
Like, it was meant to be their launch game. Instead, it just kept getting delayed, and then it came out.
And it came out. It was average anyway.
This game's interesting. So Dylan and I picked it up. To hopefully play it, get a review out there as well.
At some point.
Due to my commitments, I've been doing other things. I've been able to play it. Dylan's had a good go with
Playing the Uncharted collection.
Yeah, playing Uncharted. Yeah, it's alright.
It's alright.
The controls are a little conky. The time travel stuff is cool. The mocap, like any of the cinematic motion capture, is beautiful.
I've heard that it is a good game to also watch someone play.
Yes. But when it's the mocap outside of the cinematics, as you're walking around, like, it seems really jarring. It fascinates me that a game that's focused on super realism, something as simple as hair. Yeah. Hair looks like this, like plastic.
Oh, okay.
Where hair in Uncharted, as an example, looks moving. It looks like it's
fluid.
A remaster, and it looks better.
Okay.
But I haven't played it long enough to get a lot of the time mechanics yet. Dylan's had a go. Like, he's put a lot of hours in. He seems to be enjoying it. He's also watched some of the episodes as well. And what do you think of the TV tie-ins? Good? Bad? They go for too long. So in between acts, essentially they cut in a 20-minute TV episode.
Oh, okay.
But it's all focused on the villains side of things rather than.
Okay.
So it's not adding. So it's adding to the world rather than adding to the story of Iceman.
Interesting.
But yeah, Littlefinger's there and he's all right.
Peter Baelish.
Yeah, and then
His voice
one of the hobbits is there.
Raspier through the whole fucking TV show. So.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the Hobbits is there. You know, he's there singing his song from Last. What was it? That's it, right?
Was he actually?
No, but God, if he was, if he's like,
on Peter Baelish, he's basically Westeros's Batman. Like, with the way he speaks now, if you watch from season 1 to 5, he gets the real just...
yeah.
Pisses me off.
Speaking of Batman, let's move to our next bit of news.
You're not kidding, this is huge.
Yeah, this is a beast. So there's 3 big hunk of news articles in this one DC slot, and I think they're all worth talking about. So according to Bloomberg, BVS may actually end up turning less of a profit, not just what a movie's made at the box office, but what the studio actually takes home after costs and revenue from marketing, etc.
Ancillaries.
For Warner's than the Batman and One Woman-less Man of Steel did. Batman vs Superman. This is a quote. Batman vs Superman is one of the most expensive films ever made. It is on pace to produce a $278 million profit for Warner Brothers once home video, TV, and merchandise proceeds are tallied, according to SNL Kagan analyst Wade Holden. That's less than the estimated $300 million that the studio earned from Man of Steel. It's also evidence that Warner Brothers has more work to do to make its DC Comics division the unbreakable superhero movie business that it needs. To be as profitable as the lower budget Man of Steel and some of the more successful Marvel films, which generate 44% net profit on average, Batman vs Superman would have to gross $1.15 billion worldwide.
When they're comparing it to Man of Steel, that's obviously in the same time frame of release. Yes?
Overall.
Because Man of Steel's been out for like 4 years and the Blu-ray's out and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So
around release window, yeah. It's not going to be now.
Okay, because they just didn't paraphrase, in the same time.
Well, it would make sense, right? It's like, they'd be making, Man of Steel would be making money now, but little
still
to
would
nothing.
be making money now. Like, it's on Netflix. Like, it's making money now simply because it's on Netflix.
True.
I don't know what to say about it.
Yeah. However,
I'm sure Dylan has plenty to say about it that he hasn't already said in Facebook chat.
it does because he's a dick. He's a dick. He's a giant dick. However, Suicide Squad director David Ayer has refuted the rumour that reshoots for the upcoming film are to add more humour. Speaking on Twitter, the director called the speculation silly, and this is direct quote, #Suicide Squad, quote, reshoots for humour is silly. When a studio loves your movie and asks what else you want, go for it. #thanks WB, #more action. Ayer's comments on adding more action to the film syncs up with what Jai Courtney, who plays Captain Boomerang, said last week. Quote, I wouldn't say we've gone back to make it funnier. There's some additional action stuff that we've been doing.
Is fucking with my shit.
Which is pretty dope, really. We're just kind of adding in that sense, says Courtney.
Okay, what do you want to...
This goes along the lines of what Dylan and I talked about in our Suicide Squad reaction trailer. Was a video, which was essentially a studio of this size and a production of this size can't be like, man, we're going to organise these reshoots now.
Especially with the names on that cast.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, they're all booked for other things. You can't just pull them back for another...
week, 2 weeks.
2 weeks or whatever.
These would be pre-planned reshoots, but as I said with Dylan, while they're there, I imagine it's like a Velociraptor. You can open the damn door.
It's horrifying.
Clever girl / dude.
Look, I watched all 3 trailers the other day in a row. From the first one to the Bohemian Rhapsody one to the latest one.
Yeah.
The first one is obviously vastly different to the latest two. But I think they released the Bohemian Rhapsody trailer and saw the reaction and went, this is the right way to go about it. Something's beeping out there. Billy's burning food.
Sweet.
But...
No,
yeah,
these reshoots aren't designed to add more humour, but I think while they're there, they'll be like, can you film these bits?
Yeah.
Like, can you, these are some funnier bits that I think you should put in the movie.
Yeah, and that's fine.
But that's the studio responding. Since when has a studio actively pushing something in a movie ever done good for the movie? Really?
Yeah. But like David A. said...
Is that my new rant? Because I can't adjust my shirt anymore. Do I, dust the table? Is that my new rant?
No, well, like you said, when the studio loves your movie and asks what else you want, go for it. If they say, hey, we love what you're doing, let's give you some time to do some more if there's more stuff you wanted to do. And he'd be like, fucking oath. He's probably sticking to his schedule he was given. And then they're like, hey, you've got some more time. Was there more that you wanted to put in?
Maybe it's more budget. Maybe they're like, we have... Excuse me while I adjust myself. We have more faith in... maybe they're like, well, we have faith in this movie. Here's a bit more money. Because it's going to cost a lot of money to do these reshoots. Maybe they're like, we want to see more. We're fascinated with where this is going to go.
Mm-hmm. I messaged you after I saw that trailer. And I said, this movie, Suicide Squad, is going to be so well received in compared to how BVS was received.
I could shit on this table and it'll be more well received than BVS, but that's
but you have IBS.
That's the issue. Yeah, that's the issue with the internet having an issue with something. That's Dylan being a piece of shit. I still 100% think that the internet is wrong. There is no way that this movie is worse than Batman and Robin, the movie The Room, which is garbage.
Are you BVS or this?
BVS.
Yeah, okay.
I'm rating at BVS now. Because you know how with the Rotten Tomatoes, how it's like a 23, which is worse than some of the shittest movies you've ever seen.
What Civil War is sitting at on Rotten Tomatoes?
80.
100% from critics.
Yeah.
Not really. Really? And 98%.
I'm as suspicious of that as I am of 23.
I've stopped caring. It seems like it still gets under your skin a little bit.
No, it's only...
And I get why, but I've just stopped caring.
I really just can't understand why people just want to shit on something.
Fine.
The movie is incredibly... I feel like I have to defend it for being an okay movie.
You're defending it now.
I know!
But it's not relevant. It's kind of relevant.
But it's such... it's not a bad movie. It's not a good movie. It's okay. There's one redeeming factor of it, and that is Ben Affleck.
Correct.
Oh, there's a dog next door. There's a puppy next door and he keeps whimpering at the door, yeah.
So why did you mention Ben Affleck, Ryan?
Just the next bit of news.
You
want to take it?
Yeah, sure. Finally, Ben Affleck will direct and star in an upcoming Batman standalone film. Rumours about Batfleck's standalone movie began circulating last July, but the news was officially confirmed by Warner Brothers CEO Kevin Tishaha at CinemaCon. News of the reveal at CinemaCon was first reported by Mashable. According to Mashable, Affleck took the stage at the Shahaha opening words during the Warner Brothers presentation to voice his enthusiasm about the film and future one, stating, quote, "It's been tremendously exciting for us to be a part of the DC universe and we're looking forward to working on Justice League." Last October, Affleck spoke to Total Film magazine about the idea of directing and starring in a solo Batman film, describing the idea as being like a dream. It's a dream for me. Like a wet dream, because I'm fucking wet.
God, I want to see this.
The fact that he's I hated the Batfleck idea originally. You know that.
No,
we talked about it.
Yeah, we talked about
because
yes.
But you justified it, and you're like, go watch Argo. Go watch this.
Watch Argo. That. Watch The Town. Watch Gone Girl.
The last thing I watched from Affleck was Daredevil.
Yeah. And
then I think he dropped off for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then he came back with Argo and all that. And I watched him and I was like, okay. You've upped your ante.
He has chops now.
He really does.
He's literally an Oscar-winning director.
Yeah.
And a writer, because he won an Oscar for Good Will Hunting.
Can you imagine what he's going to come up with his standalone film?
Oh, man.
Because the scenes with him in BVS were, as everyone else has said, the only redeeming factor of the movie, or like the best part of the movie, was whenever he was on screen as Batman. And even the first time you see him where the cop's going through that room and he's like up in the corner in the dark, like that was creepy. Like that, I'm like, that's Batman.
Yeah.
Like that is Batman. And then
but at the same time, it also made me realise Batman would look... If you walked in the room and you saw that, I'm like, Batman's really fucking weird. Yeah.
What are you doing up there?
Like,
but then, like,
is that a dude in the corner of the...
But then the cop turns around and, like that, he's just out the window and he's gone. And that is Batman to me. Like, I really hope... I think, like Dylan has said, one of his biggest complaints about the film, like, there was no Detective Bruce Wayne. To the extent we'd expect Detective Bruce Wayne to appear. So, I'm sure... big DC names are going to be working alongside of this. Jeff Johns will probably be helping.
Yeah, there was a rumour mill that they were working together, which is really cool.
That part of the rumour is not confirmed, but I can't see why Jeff Johns wouldn't be a part of it.
Jeff Johns does have a stake in the DC Extended Universe, whatever they're calling it now. Because, as the chief creative officer of DC Comics, he does have a massive role in how everything appears. And he's essentially sort of like the Kevin Feige of the DC world. If they do go down a more detective route, that's exceptional. Like that would be
definitely
so good.
And there is so many stories that we haven't seen, like Batman comic stories that we haven't seen adapted at all just yet. Like there's so much that they can take from, and we've speculated on the show before, like what we'd like to see. But still, the front runner for me really is the Court of Owls storyline. Yeah. I would love to see that.
For me, it's Grant Morrison's Arkham Asylum. I think that would just be an exceptional viewing experience. It would be... it'd be a real psychological Batman movie, and I think that would... Because, Brittany was talking about how BVS tackled the psychology of Batman. Well, it didn't and didn't, but... Like, if you want to get into, like, the broken psyche of Batman, like, Grant Morrison, like, I believe it's Grant Morrison.
I haven't read it.
But it's, no, it is Grant Morrison. But it's exceptional. The art's really twisted. I'll lend it to you. It's really good. Yeah. But final bit of news, speaking of comics. Sure.
Number 4 or 7, depending how you're counting this. Comic-Con International is launching its own subscription video on-demand platform, which means subscribers could get a coveted look into the packed panels taking place in San Diego Convention Center's Hall H. How does that make you feel?
Very happy.
In a quote, we're going to be working with every single studio, every single panel host to be able to take content and put it on our platform, Seth Lederman, Executive Vice President and General Manager of Comic-Con HQ, told Slasher Film. Panels definitely won't be live streamed, but would be added shortly after. The company doesn't want to take away from the experience of people who are the first to see and be there for each panel. Another option Lederman added is to show panel sessions and not exclusive footage revealed in Hall H. Ultimately, it sounds like it'll be up to each individual studio.
This is amazing.
I will subscribe.
I'm going to give it my money if it's like, hey, it's $50, but you can watch everything from Hall H. Like, there is so much that happens in Hall H. It's the biggest of bigs. Yeah. It was where, where the Trinity walked out for the first time. Yep. It was where Kevin Smith has a panel every year. It's where they had the massive Star Wars panel last year. Any panel that is worth knowing about, worth watching, happens at Hall H. Yep. And if I can just give them money... Because, I try to hunt down all the panels.
It's hard. There's nowhere to go to get, collated panels. Yeah. Even in time order or whatever. There's nowhere to go.
There's always some, but they're always, just garbage. And, guy filming from his iPad this.
Or it's, it'll be titled, this panel at Hall H. And then it's some random fucker, reviewing the panel for his YouTube page. And I was like...
You say that, but we're going to do it. If we can get this, you're going to hear us talk about what got announced.
We will label it appropriately.
That's
true. People will label things like, this is what you're going to see, and then it's them talking into the camera.
It's kind of like the PlayStation 4.5, question mark. It's
clickbait.
Clickbait is the worst.
But no, I will subscribe to.
I want to give them my money.
They can really charge as much as they want, because the people that will subscribe are going to subscribe because they know what comes out of those panels from that hall. Like you said, $50. I'd pay it.
Well, my question is, how much is the ticket to Comic-Con?
I don't know. Because we can never go.
Because we can't afford it.
be a couple $100
For us
surely.
living in...
Like San Diego Comic Con,
Yeah,
be a couple of $100.
Yeah, for us living in Australia, it's near impossible for us to get there.
Yeah.
Like, just in terms of cost, and then accommodation, and then getting actual tickets.
Getting a ticket.
And as we know, Comic-Con tickets sell out literally in minutes.
And most of Australia's internet can't compete, because obviously the servers are located in America. Americans are going to get on quicker, all that, bullshit. So, $35 for a day pass.
Oh, $35 for a day pass. Look, Wait, what are you doing? Come here.
But also, the what I've seen is a big downside of San Diego Comic Con now, especially, is it's getting so and so popular. The wait times there are just a joke. If I can sit at home on my couch and watch what I'd really want to go there to see, I'll do it.
Like, Hall H is like an hour, 2 hour waits minimum.
Yeah.
So while you're waiting for panel, like you're waiting in line for the next panel, one there's a panel already there, and you can't sit there and wait till the next one. You have to like leave and go. It's horrifying.
Yeah.
But we're not going to have to deal with it. If this happens, I'll spend my money. But that is all the collected lab reports for this week.
There's probably more, but...
Yeah, we always pick the handful of news.
What's most interesting to us.
To us. And
that's what this is all about.
Yeah.
And hopefully interesting to you too.
Yeah, if you like it, you should hang around and watch more stuff.
Because we talked about the Uncharted collection before. Mm-hmm. And would you say that it stood the test of time?
It's a short time,
it's pretty much a decade for Drake's Fortune.
Yeah, I think Drake's Fortune, if it wasn't remastered, wouldn't have stood the test of time. But
there are games that do.
Yeah, there are games that do, and that's what we're focusing on this week in our sort of main lecture.
We've cracked and we're doing a fucking top 10 list, okay?
Be sure to like the Facebook page, facebook.com/PopCulturists. Be sure to go to the Facebook page, like, share. There's stuff being posted all day, every day. But of course, number one priority, subscribe to this video down below. Tell your friends, get some views. Do whatever you need, but just make sure you do it.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, bye now.